You've probably heard a lot about how meditation can reduce stress and anxiety. It's everywhere, in apps, books, and social media. But here's something you might not know. Meditation can actually make you more anxious, especially if you're doing it the right way. In fact, studies show that nearly 20% of people who try mindfulness report feeling more anxious afterward. Shocked? You should be. Meditation is supposed to help you feel calm, but for some, it brings up uncomfortable thoughts and emotions they didn't expect. And while the benefits of meditation are real, they're not always automatic. If you've ever tried meditation and found yourself feeling more stressed, you're not alone. In this video, we're diving into why meditation might not be as peaceful as it seems and how it could even make your anxiety worse. Stick with me as we uncover why silence can feel louder than ever, why you might be fighting your own mind, and how meditation might not be the answer for everyone. We'll also explore practical solutions to help you make meditation work for you. Ready to rethink your practice? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Meditation is often seen as the ultimate antidote to stress and anxiety, but could it actually be making you more anxious? It sounds strange, right? But many people experience this paradox when they first start meditating. The problem isn't necessarily the meditation itself, but how the mind reacts to it. When you meditate, you're often asked to sit still and focus inward, which can lead to a heightened awareness of your thoughts and emotions. And for some, this can trigger more anxiety. So, what can you do to make meditation work for you? The key is gradual immersion. Instead of diving straight into a 30-minute meditation session, start small. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that even just 5 minutes a day of mindful breathing can significantly reduce stress levels. By easing into meditation, you give your mind time to adjust without overwhelming it. Another strategy is focus on the breath. When you meditate, instead of trying to empty your mind, gently bring your attention to your breathing. This gives your mind something concrete to focus on, which helps prevent it from spiraling into anxious thoughts. Studies, like one from the National Institutes of Health, show that focusing on your breath can slow your heart rate and reduce physical symptoms of anxiety. The second tip is acknowledge the anxiety without reacting. It's normal to feel uneasy during meditation. Instead of trying to force it away, recognize it as part of your experience. Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn, the creator of mindfulness-based stress reduction, often says, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." Instead of fighting the anxious thoughts, allow them to flow through your mind like passing clouds. This simple practice can reduce the intensity of those emotions. One thing to keep in mind is that meditation isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term strategy for managing anxiety. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology found that consistent mindfulness practice can help people with chronic anxiety, but it requires time and patience. So, don't expect immediate results. Chapter 2. We've all heard that meditation can help quiet the mind, but sometimes, it does the opposite. For some, sitting in complete silence can make their worries feel even louder. A study published in Psychiatry Research found that people with anxiety disorders often experience an increase in distress when engaging in meditation because their thoughts become more intense in the absence of distractions. If you find that silence is amplifying your anxiety, try guided meditation instead. Research by the American Psychological Association suggests that guided meditations, where an instructor leads you through visualizations or instructions, can help redirect your thoughts and reduce mental overload. With a guide to help redirect your attention, you're less likely to get caught up in negative thinking. Another option is focusing on sounds. In a study published by the International Journal of Stress Management, participants who focused on ambient sounds like nature or soothing music reported lower levels of stress compared to those meditating in silence. These sounds can help ease the discomfort of silence by offering a pleasant auditory distraction. If silence is still uncomfortable for you, progressive muscle relaxation, PMR, could be the answer. This technique involves tensing and relaxing different muscle groups in your body, helping release physical tension. According to the Mayo Clinic, PMR can decrease stress hormones like cortisol, promoting relaxation without needing to quiet your mind. Body-based meditations, like yoga or tai chi, might also be effective. A study in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that combining mindful movement with breathwork significantly reduces anxiety symptoms. These practices offer a balance between physical activity and mindfulness, making them a great alternative for those who struggle with silent meditation. Finally, if you're prone to overthinking, try setting specific intentions before meditation. Having a clear purpose for your session can help guide your focus and prevent it from wandering into anxious territory. Studies, like one from Psychological Science, show that people who practice mindfulness with a clear intention experience greater reductions in anxiety compared to those who meditate aimlessly. Chapter 3. Meditation can be incredibly helpful, but for many, the pressure to do it right can create more anxiety. Have you ever found yourself stressing over whether you're meditating properly or feeling guilty for not doing it often enough? This should mindset is a common trap. It stems from the expectation that meditation must be a perfect experience for it to be effective. The first step to breaking free from this trap is to let go of perfection. Meditation isn't about doing it flawlessly, it's about being present with yourself. According to Sharon Salzberg, a renowned meditation teacher, you don't have to be perfect at meditation. You just have to show up. This simple shift in mindset can relieve a lot of unnecessary pressure and help you approach meditation with a more open heart. Another helpful strategy is self-compassion. A study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who practice self-compassion during stressful moments tend to experience less anxiety and greater emotional resilience. So, when your mind wanders during meditation, instead of berating yourself, gently guide it back with kindness. This approach reduces the anxiety associated with failure during meditation. Also, consider shortening your meditation sessions. If you find yourself overwhelmed by the thought of sitting for long periods, start with 3 5-minute sessions. Research from the University of California shows that even brief mindfulness exercises can reduce stress and improve emotional regulation. You can always increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Mindfulness without meditation is another alternative. You don't have to sit cross-legged to practice mindfulness. Try focusing on your senses during everyday activities. Whether you're eating, walking, or washing dishes, bringing your full attention to the moment can be just as effective as traditional meditation. Studies, including one from the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine, suggest that everyday mindfulness can help reduce anxiety and improve overall well-being. Another option is journaling. Writing down your thoughts can help you process emotions and gain clarity. The University of Texas found that journaling reduces emotional intensity and provides relief from stress. It's a simple tool that's often overlooked. If you're finding this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and stay updated for more practical solutions to improve your mental health. We've got more tips coming your way. Chapter 4. One of the biggest surprises for people new to meditation is how it can sometimes make negative thoughts feel stronger. While meditation is meant to bring peace, it can also bring unresolved emotions to the surface. When you sit quietly and focus on your thoughts, you might end up confronting feelings you didn't expect. This can be overwhelming, especially if you have a tendency to be hard on yourself. To deal with this, it's important to acknowledge your emotions without judgment. Instead of getting frustrated with yourself for having negative thoughts, try observing them as if you're an outsider. According to Dr. Tara Brach, a well-known meditation teacher, the only way to deal with your inner critic is to stop fighting it. By accepting your thoughts instead of resisting them, you create space for healing. Another strategy is guided meditation. For those who struggle with their inner critic, guided sessions can be a helpful tool. A study by the National Institutes of Health found that guided meditation reduces self-criticism and helps you focus on the present moment. With a guide to help redirect your attention, you're less likely to get caught up in negative thinking. Cognitive reframing is also useful in this situation. This technique involves changing the way you view a thought. If a thought like, "I'm not good enough," arises, try to reframe it as, "I'm doing my best, and I can improve." Research from the Journal of Clinical Psychology shows that reframing negative thoughts in a more compassionate light can lower stress levels and improve self-esteem. It's also helpful to incorporate mindfulness into daily life. You don't have to sit in a quiet room for an hour to practice mindfulness. By bringing your attention to the present moment while doing everyday tasks, you train your mind to focus less on negative thoughts. A study from the Journal of Anxiety Disorders shows that people who practice mindfulness regularly report feeling less anxious. Another key strategy is breathing exercises. When negative thoughts arise, focusing on deep, slow breaths can calm your mind. A study from the University of California found that controlled breathing reduces cortisol levels, helping you manage anxiety and regain mental clarity. Chapter 5. Meditation isn't always easy. Many people think it's supposed to be relaxing, but in reality, it can feel like a battle with your own mind. The more you try to quiet your thoughts, the louder they seem to get. This mental tug-of-war is a common experience, and it can make you feel frustrated and even more anxious. Instead of trying to force your thoughts away, try embracing them. Jon Kabat-Zinn, a pioneer in mindfulness practice, encourages us to treat our thoughts like passing clouds. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Accept that thoughts will come and go, and that's okay. The goal isn't to suppress your thoughts but to let them flow freely. Another useful approach is mindfulness of body. A study published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that focusing on physical sensations can help break the cycle of overthinking. By doing body scans or concentrating on how your body feels, you take your mind off of intrusive thoughts. This can be a soothing alternative to traditional meditation, especially for beginners. If your thoughts feel overwhelming, start with shorter sessions. Meditation doesn't have to be long to be effective. A study from the University of Massachusetts found that short, 5-10-minute sessions of mindfulness can reduce stress and anxiety just as much as longer sessions. You can always increase the time gradually once you get more comfortable. Another strategy to reduce mental conflict is guided meditation. Having a guide direct your focus can prevent your mind from wandering too far. Research from the American Psychological Association suggests that guided meditation is particularly helpful for people who struggle with controlling their thoughts during self-directed practice. Sometimes, changing your meditation environment can make a difference. If you're feeling frustrated, try switching to a different location. A study by the National Institute of Mental Health found that changing your environment can help refresh your mindset and make your meditation more effective. Lastly, self-compassion is crucial. Meditation can sometimes bring up difficult emotions, but being kind to yourself through the process can make it easier. According to Kristen Neff, a leading researcher on self-compassion, treat yourself like you would treat a good friend. This approach can turn meditation into a healing practice rather than a mental struggle. Chapter 6. Meditation is often seen as a universal solution for anxiety, but it's not always the right fit for everyone. In fact, some people find that meditation makes their anxiety worse. For those with a history of trauma or severe anxiety, sitting in silence and focusing on the breath might stir up difficult memories and feelings. Studies, like one published in the Journal of Traumatic Stress, show that mindfulness can be challenging for individuals with PTSD. If you find that meditation triggers more anxiety, try grounding techniques. These exercises help you focus on the present moment without needing to silence your thoughts. One popular method is the 5-4-3-2-1 technique, where you identify 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. This practice has been shown to lower anxiety by bringing your focus away from intrusive thoughts and back to the physical world. Another option is movement-based mindfulness. Practices like yoga or Tai Chi combine physical movement with breathing exercises. A study from the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that these types of exercises significantly reduce anxiety symptoms, offering a more accessible form of mindfulness for those who don't feel comfortable sitting still. Breathing exercises can also be an alternative. Focusing on deep, slow breaths can help calm the nervous system without needing to meditate in a traditional sense. According to the American Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine, diaphragmatic breathing lowers cortisol levels and helps manage anxiety more effectively than other relaxation techniques. If meditation isn't working for you, seeking professional help could be a better option. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is one of the most effective treatments for anxiety. A study in The Lancet Psychiatry found that CBT is just as effective as medication for managing anxiety disorders, and it provides you with practical tools to change unhelpful thinking patterns. Finally, journaling can be an excellent way to process your emotions if meditation feels overwhelming. Writing down your thoughts can help you gain perspective on your feelings. According to the University of Texas, expressive writing reduces anxiety by helping people process difficult emotions more clearly. In the end, Meditation can be a powerful tool, but it's not for everyone. If it doesn't help, don't be discouraged. Try other strategies, or consider a combination of methods. The goal is to find what works best for you and stick with it.